Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Denise, and today, feeling abstracty, and I kind of want to do a blue, orange kind of color palette, maybe. Might work out, might not. When I fly by the edge of my pants with color, you know, we end up in crazy places, and so I didn't pull a card. I just pulled blue and orange and green a little bit, because I like this. This Masah's watercolors. The Shadow Turquoise is my fave. Shadow Green Dark, love that one also, these two. And Flame. Flame is another fave for me. So that's what I'm going to try into Masah's colors. And I have a 9x9 piece of watercolor paper I'm taping down. It's the Hahnemühle 9x12 cold press paper. My second favorite, which I don't got as much, but it is right up there for me. It feels like Arches, which is a little bit, I don't know, a little bit stiffer than the Hahnemühle, which is a little bit softer feel for me. But this is my other favorite. If you can get a hold of that, you'll save some on the price of paper. And I just cut the end off of this. It was a full piece of paper, and I just cut the end off, and I use these little strips for everything else that I need a little sample for, if I'm testing stuff or anything that I could paint on those if I wanted. It's a 3" by 9" strip of paper. You can make them into bookmarks, you can do whatever with it. I save them because I always need like a little piece of paper, scrap of something. So I save all those, and I'm like, yay, you know, I got little scraps of paper. And I'm taping it down with painter's tape, and I just want the inside of this and a great big border, or I might leave enough to trim a border. And I'm feeling like something abstract, so I'm gonna get out my favorite little paintbrush here. Gonna water those down. I'm gonna have to order me some more of my very favorites as I use them up, because man, I love them so much. Got some water out. And I'm kind of thinking blue, green, abstract. No set, nothing really set in stone here. A little bit of wobbly wonkiness, so I'm kind of, you know, moving the paintbrush and kind of doing this with it at the same time to really get me some wonkiness. And you know, we could just do one color like this. Shadow Turquoise is such an amazing color in itself. And I like circles, so I've discovered that doing some of the abstracts with different circly things is kind of fun. Maybe we'll tap in some darker color in here. Maybe I'll tap in some water. Maybe I'll tap in a little bit of these other colors, but I feel like I want the majority of the piece to be this lovely, lovely teal color. Look at that color. Oh my gosh. All right, let's pick up the Shadow Green Deep, and we'll throw in a few of that. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, I love this color, and by the time I'm done with the piece, I didn't get enough of that color being the dominant color. But if we kind of start off with our favorite color being the dominant color and cover most of it, and then come back and just tap in a little bit of these other colors, maybe that will get us what we're looking for. All right, this is the Flame. Now, blue and orange does make brown or mud, so I do got to be kind of careful there with, if I don't want it to be just like a muddy kind of look there, by not like overly mixing the blue where the blue hits. Okay, that's looking pretty cool. That's looking way cooler than I was even hoping. I'm just gonna tap some color in here, because why not? Well, there's a lot going on in here now. Kind of moved it around. Alright, I think I need to let that dry. Let it kind of do its thing. And we'll come back in here and do some mark making. Do I have too much white in there? I might have too much white. Let's take some water before I stop to let this dry. Let's take some water and kind of smudge in the whiteness that I've kind of left here, because I don't know that I like all these little white spots that I've randomly left. I want that to be paint, I think. And doing the water, we're just kind of helping whatever's there fill that in. I don't mind some white, but I almost felt like that was too much. But maybe it wasn't. I feel better about it being less though. So we're just gonna do less for today. Ooh. Now see, we added all those other colors on it and then it granulated and we kind of lost that teal, didn't we? Or maybe when it dries it'll come back, but we just kind of made this into a whole lot of, who knows what we're gonna end up with. Alright, so I'm kind of too thinking, you know, we could take the end of a paintbrush and do a few little marks in here that are just going to be in the layer itself. You might not really tell that we marked, but it should like make kind of an indentation on the paper and just be something in the layers there, which is kind of interesting. Ooh, okay, I like that. Oh, let's let this dry and I'll be right back. Alright, I've let this dry and I'll let it dry naturally. I want these watercolors to do what they're going to do as they dry slowly, so I did not use a heat gun on it. And you can see now, really good, if I can get that closer and it focus, you can see all those little marks that I made with the back of the paintbrush just digging into the paper. Look at that cool texture that created. So yeah, that turned out super fun. And I've put out a couple paints. I wasn't going to do stencils today, but I'm kind of feeling a little tiny bit of some stencil work. Let's do it. And so I like this one. This one is a Stencil Girl S501 Wolf, WOOLF. And I'm kind of feeling it. So I put out an orange and a blue. I'm using my Blick matte paint. You can use whatever. Orange deep and green blue deep. I like those because they're nice quality. They're not as expensive as artist paints, but they're better than a craft paint. Ink blending brush. And I want to add some textured layers in here. That's a crooked. I did that crooked, didn't I? Because, ooh, I want to pull the teal out. I want the teal to be yumminess. I want to pull that out because that was kind of where I wanted to go with this anyway. Look at how beautiful that is. Okay, I think that's good actually. Now that I just put more paint on my brush, just leave it right there. Alright, and I want the orange to still kind of come out a little bit. And I'm kind of thinking this one, which this is the Crafter's Workshop TCW662S. And I'll do just maybe a little bit of that. Let's see. Ooh, that's a good one. Alright, yes, that's what I wanted. Good one. Look how lovely that is. And then, what about some gold? I've got this one that I randomly saved. I don't even know where that little baggie came from, but this is the Crafter's Workshop TCW2114. And look at that. Now here's our chance to get the gold in there, this is not at all where I planned on going today. I had planned on, it's my Kuretake Gold mica paste. I'm trying to use up the last of these, so I'm trying to store them this way to force that paint down. But yeah, I was trying to just do an abstract without the stencils. That wasn't my goal today. I had something else in mind, but after we got those colors down, then I started thinking, what if, and I got inspired. So, yes. Let's get another brush, ink blending brush. Oh, I got one right here, hello. I'm feeling it good. This already turned out to be a good paint day. I did eat one of my Awake chocolates let me tell you, I'm not a coffee drinker. And I wish I was. I'm a soda drinker. Because, man, a little bit of caffeine boost that you get. Because I play in my art room in the mornings. Not necessarily wanting to paint in the mornings a lot of times, but that is the time that I want to work and show up. And so I'm just not really feeling like my normal hyper self in the mornings, and so that extra caffeine boost would definitely be helpful. I wish I was a coffee drinker. That's very interesting. It's kind of different, kind of lining them up so I can continue the pattern a little bit. Yeah, but today I did have some caffeine chocolate, and it is starting to finally like kick in. And I'm like, oh yeah, feeling a little energy boost coming. Oh yeah. Okay, that's a good. Whoa, I love it. Okay, I kind of want to go over here. Give me some paint. There we go. Kind of want to go over here, off over here. Not what I wanted. Here we go. What the heck? I have to get me some more paint out. I just got a blob instead of a shape. Oh my goodness. There we go. Now we got a shape. Now I feel like there's a line right here. Wasn't quite going for a line necessarily, but I do like it. All right, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. I do feel like I need maybe one up here. Whoa, I love it, I love it, I love it. What else? Okay, so now I feel like, let's throw that in the water. I do like the stencil, it's fun. Okay, hopefully we don't stick that to that plastic. That was some good ones today. I like those that we picked. Now I feel like a little bit of extra mark making and we'll be there. Let's pull out my graphite pencil. Let's move the paint so I don't stick my hand in it. I do feel like we could have some little graphite marks in here. That was a good choice. Good choice. Man, I do like some graphite marks. This is my Blackwing MAC pencil that I'm using. I like it because it's super bold. It's not easy to get though. So my favorite alternative is the Pitt Matte Graphite 14B. Okay, I feel like I need a little bit over here. Kind of balance it out. Yeah, so the Awake chocolate is for people that need a little boost of caffeine. It's like half a cup of coffee and a piece of chocolate. Since I'm not a coffee drinker. And I have those in my Amazon list. If you want to look at my Amazon store, I'll link everything on my favorites page on my website, which I've linked that page down below. Oh, I'm loving this. Okay, let's do some white dots. Let's do some dots. Oh, we could do some orange dots. Oh, look at this color. Oh, yeah. Yes, I'll link everything, all my favorites, down in on that favorites page. Oh my gosh, look at that color. And the Amazon store is linked there also. And I did put the Awake chocolate, if that is still on there. I did put that on in my little Amazon store because I love them. And that's a company out of Canada that makes those. Look at that fun little pop of orange. Good choice, good choice, good choice. Do we want the white? Do I want white in there? Do little white dots? I'm thinking not. Let's not do that today. Let's just do it with the orange. Okay, I kind of feel like we're there. Feeling good today about this piece here. All right, let's peel the tape and see what we got. We could always decal the edges if we wanted to. Feeling pretty good about our paint day. I just like to show up, paint something fun, and it just sets the tone for the rest of the day. And I might paint something else if I'm still feeling a good caffeine buzz. Or I might go on the porch and read and hang out with the puppies. I got a little Yorkie and a little Morkie. Which is a Maltese Yorkie mix. Sweetest little dogs on the planet. They're the best company. My little Yorkie is so sassy and chatty. She's very interactive. That's what the vet said, because she chats back. The vet's like, oh, she's interactive. I'm like, yeah, that's the perfect word. Who needs people to talk to when you have a very chatty Yorkie? She's not barky. Now, it's not like a yappy, barky dog. She's just very demanding and chatty. Okay, I feel like this one does deserve some deckled edges. So we're going to get out the dual edge ripper, which is my favorite rip ruler. And I use the more subtle side there. And I do link this in my favorites page too, because I love it. I've had this for years. And I love it. Okay, so I'm just eyeballing it, just deciding like how much of an edge do I want. Might be perfect, might not. And I like leaving enough paper to tear, and I might just go ahead and get this where I have an edge I can pick up. Hang on. And I just eyeball it, I'm not going for perfection, and then just tear towards that edge. And you can use a ruler too if you've got a ruler, and you'll get a more subtle tear. I just like the way it looks, like a fun paper tear there. Just my preference. I love it. I love it. It's a little tiny bit crooked. There we go. Okay, and if you get a wonky like that, I'll show you in just a second how I deal with a wonky spot that really throws the whole piece off, because it's not wonky in a good way. Some people are like, oh my gosh, I hold my breath when you do that. Right, me too, but at the same time, it's just paper, it's just paint. Yes, I love what I painted, but it's not a big deal to me. Okay, so if you get a spot that's wonky, grab it and tear down carefully. You know, don't want to rip it across, but just tear it down, and then voila! And then we can see like which direction is better. Ooh, you know, I like this way, and I kind of like this way. What do you think? That was a fun paint day. Hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today, and I'll see you guys next time.